Okay, so today we're going to talk about some various tools in your shop that require regular conditioning. And basically anything with a cast iron top where you're going to be sliding wood on it and you want a surface that doesn't resist on you as you're doing it. Plus it keeps it properly conditioned and protected. And in my shop, that applies to the table saw. This is a Harvey table saw. And then over there, I've got a Grizzly jointer. And then what I'm going to be demonstrating today on you, actually showing it, which the process I'm going to show you today applies regardless of any of these particular machines. Now, you could have other machines like a router table that has a cast iron top on it. It could be a shaper, anything else like that. You get the feeling, anything where you're milling wood. And so today I'm going to show you how to do it on the planer over there. Now, that's not a cast iron surface because it's a DeWalt 735 planer. I will be upgrading that planer here pretty soon, probably at some point this year. But regardless of that, I'm going to be showing you how to do that over there. And so the application process and the proper prepping of these tools will be the same on all of them that you do. Now here, I live in Central Florida, so I do this once a month on average because I have to deal with rust and other things down here because there's salt in the air. You know, the good news, I live in Central Florida. So I don't get as much as the folks on the coast would. And we're freezing to death down here right now. It's supposed to drop down in the 50s and I'm wearing this. I mean, there's only like typically 10 days out of the year I can even wear jeans. And so the summer's brutal, so I can't complain, and I'm not gonna complain. But anyway, you see me taking advantage of some side business I've got going on. And that means today's video is gonna be sponsored by Artisan Woodshed. You can go to www.artisanwoodshed.com. That's a business my wife and I started together, and her and I together, we make end grain and edge grain cutting boards. We make large charcuterie boards. We'll do those out of wood. We'll also do those combination of wood and epoxy. We do a lot of river table work and things like that. I probably made 30, 40 river tables so far. But that's not everything we're known for. I think we're kind of equally known for this. Historically, I've made a lot of products for some local luxury hotels here in Central Florida, but we recently started to branch out to market some of this stuff out to the general public. So if you have any interest in that, you need an edge grain, end grain cutting board, if I could get my linguistics going here, check us out, www.artisanwoodshed.com. Now, there's really only three things that you need to do this. You need a good paste wax. And so a lot of people swear by Johnson & Johnson, but it's impossible to find. And when you do find it, super expensive. Pretty sure they don't make it anymore, or at least that was recently. But anyway, you need some paste wax. And then in there, I'll set that out there for right now. And then you need basically, this can either be let me describe this in a second. Here I've got, this is a fabric from cut out, I assume leftover t-shirt fabric and everything that you buy at Home Depot. You buy this in a big bag, dirt cheap. And then you got some acetone. So what I'll do is I'll take this thing, open it up, kind of like so, and then I'll take some paste wax out of it and put it in the middle. And then I just put this is my applicator basically. Then I just put a simple zip tie around it. And when this runs out, I take it and I throw it away. But you can see where this has been widely used. And so ultimately I'm gonna put that back in there because I don't want that all over the top of this. So let me kind of put that back in there. But that's why I use this. And since I have a ton of these and they're dirt cheap down here, this is what I use. And you can also use a microfiber cloth or something along those lines to basically polish a surface after it's done. So typically I'll use acetone to clean it, paste wax of some type to surface, kind of get everything ready and get it nice and coated. And then ultimately use this to buff that in and then of course wipe the excess off. And then I'm good to go. So I'm gonna have to transform right now because when I do things like this, it's really important that I turn into Action Man. So let's go. Okay, so anyway, I do this once a month. I already talked about that. Don't even talk about that again. But anyway, you really want to keep this stuff really conditioned and do a good job of kind of walk you through that whole process. Hopefully you got some ideas from it. So, and a big so, if you happen to have anybody out there that has a different way of doing it, or you do it a different way, leave some comments down below. Tell us what that is. I have no problem learning from other woodworkers. Actually, everything I know, I learned from another woodworker. So I'm out here to share what I know, and so it's kind of a community, and my job is to help you as much as I can, because I have certainly been helped along the way. So do me a favor, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and ask for notifications, like, subscribe, notify, all that stuff. Helps me grow this. I do have another very popular YouTube channel. If you happen to be a musician, you can go check out Studio Talk. You can just go into YouTube and type Studio Talk, or you can type my name and it'll pop up for Studio Talk with Barry Johns. Anyway, this is stuff I do in I have a home project recording studio over there in the house, right there. And ultimately, I do a lot of stuff where I teach people everything I've learned over doing that for 40 years. So anyway, go check that out if you're interested. I truly enjoy it, and appreciate everybody who watches, and just want to grow this channel too, because this is another passion that I have. And now I'm so excited because my wife gets in there and does it too. She actually does all the design work. Basically, all I do is about knock that over. About all I do is mill these things, and she ultimately does just about everything else. So anyway, here we go. It's time to go. So until next time, hope you all have a great day. Okay, bye-bye. Go away. We're done now. Go watch somebody else and go learn somebody else. Bye-bye.